Good morning. It is 6:31 a.m. on Friday, April 1st, 2016. April Fool's Day. um, I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, I had a weird dream last night that feels a bit like my brain was preparing me for April Fool's Day because I kind of walked through it feeling like I was being fooled. And this is I don't often remember a lot of my dreams, but because I've been trying to shift my wake up time a bit earlier, I think that's producing a little bit of dream cycle disruption. But in any case, the dream that I remembered last night. So part of it involved being in my old suburban neighborhood where I grew up, but as an adult, and visiting the home of one Michael Dorn, who played Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation. And I was there to convince him to hold a board game night at his house. That was not my real intention. It was a secret plan to trick him into doing it. Not out of any malicious intent towards him, but because it was simply necessary for my broader plans, which I have no idea what they were. All I knew at the time was that I had to convince him to have the board game night in his house. However, I was aided in this effort by the fact that I knew him. We were good buddies because of when we worked together on Star Trek V. Here's the problem. Neither Michael Dorn nor I had anything to do with Star Trek V. Um, Pretty sure he didn't. I know he was in 6. But anyway, Star Trek V, no. And so, at the same time, like in the dream, that's where he and I knew each other, is that we had worked together. And it was a little bit like, and I, would have been a kid in the movie. But even as I was doing it, I think towards the end of that sequence of the dream, there was a part of me that was started asking, like, my more conscious awareness peeking in and saying, wait a minute, were you in Star Trek V, though? Because I don't actually remember being in it other than in my dream I had a line about it. And it's like, well, where else would I know Michael Dorn from? Anyway, so even in the dream, I started to be suspicious of my own dream circumstances. And so, in the dream, I looked up a copy of Star Trek V and I watched it, and sure enough, there was a scene in there of me as a kid, relatively small part, but with a few lines, talking to, oddly enough, Kirstie Alley, who was, again, not in that particular movie. So, in the dream, even, I was having this experience of watching the scene and going, wow, I just don't remember any of this. This is bizarre. And then I woke up and there was a genuine moment of, that was just in the dream, right? I wasn't really in Star Trek V, right? I will be honest with you. My certainty on this matter is still not quite 100%. Anyway, then I wake up and it's April Fool's Day, and I'm like, is my own brain fooling me? It seems counterproductive. I don't know. Anyway, uh, so the other thing I could mention is that Nintendo has this new phone app game social thing called Miitomo, Miitomo. And I'm on there. So if you're doing Miitomo, you should add me as a friend or whatever. Not quite sure how it works. I just connected mine to Facebook. Excuse me. But yeah, it's a cute, weird little thing. You have a me and like you answer questions and then you see what your friends answered and there's kind of mini games in fashion. It works. I wasn't in Star Trek 5, right? All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.